What's going on, my people? My people, my people, I love you. Today I'm going to talk about 1099s. And I think I had this conversation once before. Today I'm talking about 1099s, just in case you didn't hear me. Something I've talked about before, but I want to kind of bring the conversation back. This is based on the conversation I just had. Well, we're playing phone tag, I guess. Anyway, so this is what happens when you don't file a 1099. All right. Now, here's what I got to say to you. All right. If you have business, okay, then 1099 everybody, because a 1099 is literally your proof that you spent this money, right? Because the money is now on someone else's social security number, so the IRS is not concerned about it, right? You know, forget about receipts and bank statements and all that kind of stuff. If you got a 1099, you're good, right? Because that money is not yours. That money is on somebody else's social security number, and you're straight. So file as many 1099s as you possibly can, because that is everything. Even if you pay somebody $10 for supplies, you know what I'm saying? You can 1099 them. Just send them a 1099. Seriously. Even if it's like Home Depot or somebody. You can go online and get their EIN number, and you can shoot them a 1099 very easily. So now I run across a lot of people that do not do this. They do not file 1099s even when they're supposed to. Legally, anytime you pay anyone more than $600, you're supposed to 1099 them. Okay. That's the way it works. The reason why is because the IRS doesn't want you paying like terrorists or illegal immigrants, right? So that's the reason why they want you to get a W-9, okay? Which a W-9 is a form that you fill out to say what your name is, what your social security number is, whether you're an individual, whether you're a corporation, whatever, okay? You give the person a W-9, they fill it out, they give it back to you. Later, you use that W-9 to create a 1099, right? To file with the IRS to say, hey, I paid this person X amount of dollars, okay? All right. Now, in my 10 plus years, I've never seen the IRS come down on anybody for not filing 1099s. I've never seen it. And I've seen tax returns where someone is paying a couple $100,000 in labor without 1099ing. I've seen it more than a few times, and I've never seen the IRS come down on anybody for it. So let that be understood. I'll say this again. If you have a business, 1099 the hell out of people. At the same time, I've never seen the IRS come down on anybody for not 1099. Okay, read between the lines, guys. So on your tax return, if you simply say that you paid X amount of dollars in contract labor, there's a good chance that the IRS is not going to even ask questions concerning that contract labor. Because I've never seen them say, hey, you paid people $20,000, but you didn't 1099 it. I've never seen it happen. Doesn't mean that they can't. Okay, and that's kind of what I'm going to talk to you about today. All right, so this is what happens if you do not file a 1099. All right, it says you may be subject to backup withholding, and the payer, okay, the payer, that's you, must withhold at a flat 24% rate when you don't give the payer your tax identification number in the required manner, okay, or that the social security number you got was wrong. Okay, what this means, guys, is that when you give someone that 1099, when you give someone that W-9, okay, and they don't give it back to you, or they put the wrong social security number on it, or they give it back to you without a social security number on it, you are supposed to withhold 24% of their pay, okay? And this is a really cool thing when you think about situations where you owe people money for doing work for you, like subcontractors, right? A subcontractor comes out to you and says, hey, I'm gonna charge you $10,000 for doing this job. And you say, okay, no problem, but here's a W-9 you have to fill out. If that subcontractor says, hey, I'm not filling out that W-9 because maybe they don't want to have to report their income to the IRS, then you can withhold legally 24% of their pay, okay? Now, when you withhold it, you're supposed to send that 24% to the IRS. However, that 24% is not due until the end of the year. So that means that you can keep 24% of their money and do whatever you want with it and then pay it to the IRS at the end. Okay? So let's go back through this. If you are paying people contract labor, okay, all right, and let's say worst case scenario, the IRS audits you, they come down on you for it, okay, you simply tell the IRS, hey guys, I did pay this money out, but I didn't get a social security number to file a 1099. The IRS is then going to say, okay, well then you're subject to backup withholding. So 24% of the total amount that you paid out, you'll have to now give to the IRS. Okay, all right, so that's that. That's 24% of the total amount. So what we're looking at is, let's say, sorry, my hand is shaking. Let's say you paid out, $30,000 in contract labor. Okay, that's going to be a write-off on your business return, right? Of course. Okay, see if I can hold it like that. Okay, that's going to be a $30,000 write-off on your business return. Okay, all right. Now, again, if you get audited, if the IRS comes down on you for this, what you'll need to do is you'll need to say, okay, well, worst case scenario is I have to pay 24% of that $30,000, right? Okay, plus, let's come over here. This is, just so you can see real quick, this is small businesses with gross receipts of $5 million or less, okay? Average annual gross receipts for the most recent 3 taxable years, okay? So what this means is, guys, these are just most small businesses, right? If you make less than $5 million a year, okay? These are the fines, okay, for not filing a 1099. Now, these are the fines for filing it late, okay? So come over here to 2018, it's $50 per return, $187,000 maximum, okay? So if I have clients that's late getting their information to me, and then we file those 1099s late, they have to pay $50 per 1099, okay? All right, let's scroll down here. All right, if it's 31 days late, all the way to August 1st, it's $100 per return, okay? Now, if after August or not at all, it's important to see there, says or not at all. So if you don't file the 1099 at all, then your penalty is $260 per return. Okay, so can we say that, one person made $30,000? We don't have a social security number for them. We barely know their name, right? Because why? They never gave us back the W-9. So we'll just add another 260 onto that, and that is your total penalty, right? Plus interest, right? For not filing that 1099. That is worst case scenario. Now, let's talk about what that $30,000 tax deduction means for you. Well, if your total income is, let's say, $50,000, right? And you write off $30,000 of it, your profit is $20,000. We're gonna take, minus 12,000, 8,000 says $800 tax, okay? But that 30,000 though, and this one we're gonna have to do 19.4. If I get the math wrong, don't get mad at me, okay? Times 12% plus, I think it's 970. I think that's $3,200. Okay, $2,400 difference. Okay, so if you didn't 1099 a person, right, then you would pay, the $3,200. If you did 1099 them, then you pay $800. That's a $2,400 difference. But if you get caught, then like I said, it's the 30,000 times 24% plus the 260. There you go. Okay, that's the difference. So if you get caught, you have to pay about $7 grand. If you go ahead and just pay taxes on the whole 50,000, then you're only talking about half of that. So I think that kind of sums it up, right? So that's the max penalty for not filing 1099s. But like I said before, never seen the IRS come down on anybody for it. All right, from me to you, I holla.